The ovaries produce egg cells called ova. The ovum, which is the singular form of ova or simply egg, is then transported to the fallopian tube during ovulation, where fertilization by sperm may occur. In case this latter occurs, the fertilized egg then moves to the uterus, where the uterine lining has thickened in response to the normal hormones of the menstrual cycle, also called the reproductive cycle. Once in the uterus, the fertilized egg can implant into the thickened uterine lining and continue to develop. During birth, the baby passes through the vagina as it enters the world. The newborn is then nourished by milk made by the mother's breast. While gynecology is the care of women's reproductive organs and health, obstetrics involves the treatment of pregnant women, including the delivery of babies. Physicians in the branch of gynecology are called gynecologists, while in obstetrics are called obstetricians. Now, let's delve into this exciting terminology-rich medical specialty. Many body organs are included in this process from ovulation to birth. Gynec refers to female. Study of female, gynecology. One who studies female, gynecologist. Ovary refers to the ovary. The ovaries are a pair of almond-shaped organs in female pelvic cavity. They release ova for reproduction and female sex hormones such as estrogen to regulate the menstrual cycle. Pertaining to ovary, ovarian. Ruptured ovary, ovariorexis. Puncture of ovary to remove fluid, ovariocentesis. Ovary and fallopian tube inflammation, ovariosalpingitis. O4 is another word root that means ovary. Ovary inflammation, ophiritis. Surgical repair of ovary, ophoroplasty. Surgical fixation of ovary, ophoropexy. Cutting into ovary, oophorectomy. Salpinge refers to the fallopian or uterine tube. The uterine tubes, also known as oviducts or fallopian tubes, are the female structures that transport the ova from the ovary to the uterus each month. In the presence of sperm and fertilization, the uterine tubes transport the fertilized egg to the uterus for implantation. Record of fallopian tube, salpingogram. Process of record in fallopian tube, salpingography. Pregnancy in fallopian tube, salpingocyesis. Salpingocyesis is ectopic pregnancy in fallopian tube. An ectopic pregnancy is one where the fetus doesn't develop in the uterus. Surgical removal of fallopian tube, salpingectomy. Fallopian tube inflammation, salpingitis. Uter refers to the uterus. The uterus is an inverted pear-shaped muscular organ of the female reproductive system. It functions to nourish and house a fertilized egg until the fetus is ready to be delivered. Pertaining to uterus, uterine or uterine. Pertaining to inside the uterus, intrauterine. For example, the intrauterine device or the IUD. Surgical repair of uterus, uteroplasty. Instrument for visually examining uterus, uteroscope. Process of visually examining uterus, uteroscopy. Hyster is another important word root for the uterus. Surgical fixation of uterus, hysteropexy. Surgical removal of uterus, hysterectomy. Ruptured uterus, hysterorexis. Record of uterus, hysterogram. Process of recording uterus, hysterography. Metre is also another term that means uterus. Inner uterus inflammation, endometritis. Bursting forth from uterus, metrorrhagia. Flow from uterus, metrorrhea. Cervix refers to cervix. The cervix is the narrow lower portion of uterus. It opens into the vagina. It is also called neck of the uterus. Pertaining to cervix, cervical. Cervix inflammation, cervicitis. Inflammation within cervix, endocervicitis. Surgical removal of cervix, cervicectomy. Surgical repair of cervix, cervicoplasty. Colp refers to the vagina. The vagina is the muscular tube extending from cervix to outside of the body. It receives penis and semen during intercourse. It is also called birth canal. Process of visually examining vagina. Colposcopy. Instrument to visually examine the vagina. Colposcope. Suture the vagina. Colporrhaphy. Surgical removal of vagina. Colpectomy. Vagin refers to the vagina. Pertaining to vagina. Vaginal. Pertaining to across vagina. Transvaginal. For example, the transvaginal ultrasound. Transvaginal means across or through the vagina. The ultrasound probe will be placed inside the vagina during the test. Vagina inflammation. Vaginitis. Episy refers to the vulva. The vulva is a general term for all female external genitalia. Surgical repair of vulva. Episioplasty. Suture vulva. Episiorrhaphy. Cutting into vulva. Episiotomy. Mam refers to the breast. The breast is a collection of glands to produce milk to nourish the infant. Pertaining to breast. Mammary. Surgical repair of breast. Mammoplasty. Record of breast. Mammogram. Process of recording breast. Mammography. Mast is another word root that refers to the breast. Surgical removal of breast. Mastectomy. Breast pain. Mastalgia. Breast inflammation. Mastitis. O means egg. The ovum is the egg that carries the mother's half of chromosomes and it combines with sperm to form new human. Produces an egg. Oogenesis. Egg cell. Oocyte. Nate refers to birth. Study of newborn. Neonatology. One who studies newborn. Neonatologist. Pertaining to birth. Natal. Pertaining to a newborn. Neonatal. Men refers to menstruation. Menstruation or periods usually happen once a month during the reproductive years, except during pregnancy. It occurs when the lining of the uterus sheds and breaks down into blood. This blood then leaves the body through the vagina. Menstrual bursting forward. Menorrhagia. Scanty menstrual flow. Oligomenorrhea. Painful menstrual flow. Dysmenorrhea. Without menstrual flow. Amenorrhea. Embryo refers to the embryo. The embryo is an early stage of human development from time of fertilization until approximately the end of second month of pregnancy. Study of embryo. Embryology. Pertaining to embryo. Embryonic. Producing an embryo. Embryogenic. Fet refers to fetus. The fetal stage of development begins around the 9th week and lasts until birth. This is when the embryo officially turns into a fetus. Pertaining to fetus. Fetal. Process of measuring fetus. Fetometry. Instrument to visually examine the fetus. Fetoscope. Process of visually examining fetus. Fetoscopy. Amni refers to amnion. The amnion is the inner sac surrounding fetus. It contains the amniotic fluid in which the fetus floats. Flow of amniotic fluid. Amniorrhea. Puncture of amnion to withdraw fluid. Amniocentesis. Rupture of amnion. Amniorexis. Pertaining to amnion. Amniotic. Cutting into amnion. Amniotomy. Chori refers to the chorion. The chorion is the outer sac surrounding and protecting fetus. It forms part of the placenta. Pertaining to chorion. Chorionic. Cancerous tumor of chorion. Choriocarcinoma. Important suffixes relevant to this medical specialty. Para refers to bear or birth. This suffix refers to the number of times a pregnancy has successfully ended with the birth of infant. No birth, nullipara. First birth, primipara. Many births, multipara. Partum refers to childbirth. Before childbirth, prepartum. After childbirth, postpartum. Gravida refers to pregnancy. First pregnancy, primigravida. Many pregnancies, multigravida. No pregnancy, nulligravida. Thank you and see you soon in the next chapter.